on behalf of the Board of Directors, management and staff of Cleen Foundation, to this public sensitization campaign on the implementation of the Police Trust Fund Act 2019. The Cleen Foundation, formerly known as the Center for Law Enforcement Education in Nigeria, is a non-governmental organization established in January 1998 with the mission of promoting public safety, security, and accessible justice. And our strategies are empirical research, legislative advocacy, demonstration programs and publications in partnership with government, civil society, and the private sector. This sensitization workshop is a follow-up to the roundtable dialogue organized by Cleen on the Police Trust Fund Act in December 2019. Let me ask, as we are all seated here, how many of you are aware of the Police Trust Fund? That there is a fund that is meant to take care of the logistics, the welfare, and basic things that our officers need to have, to function effectively. How many of you, as you are seated here, are aware? Please raise up your hand. I love very patriotic. Just raise up your hand. Okay. 3 or maybe perhaps some of us in the office. Yeah. So there was a roundtable that Cleen held on this Police Trust Fund Act. That is an act that was signed off by President Muhammad Buhari last year. So with the objective of improving funding for the Nigeria Police Force. Every time you organize training, the first thing you hear from the officers are training needs, welfare needs, logistics, up to writing of statements, up to biros, up to sheet of paper. They complain about it. So it's worrisome. Whereas this very trust fund is meant to cater for all these basic needs. And the question is why? What is happening? Is it existing? And if it's existing, why is it not being implemented? So that is why we are here. And that is why we have brought all of you here. We are very strategic with the questions, all of you here, for us to begin to ask those right questions. And for us to also know that we are stakeholders. So together, we will push for the implementation of these key provisions of the Act. I hope we are clear. I hope what I said is clear. Yeah. Fine. So the Act seeks to establish a police trust fund that will provide funds for the purchase of equipment. Just listen very well, please. For the purchase of equipment and machinery, construct police stations and provide living facilities, including quarters or barracks for police officials. Improve the general welfare of the personnel of the Nigeria Police Force. Cater for training and retraining of police officers, for intelligence gathering and other security activities, and enhance their preparedness to effectively discharge their constitutional responsibility. So that tells you the importance of this act, of this fund rather. And so the need for it to be implemented, so that those little things that our officers complain. I just got back from a training of police officers from Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara. And one of the complaints was how these officers raise money to even buy things as small as biros, sheet of paper, fuel in vehicles, and whatnot. Those are the kind of feedback I got, and I was wondering. And here we are, we have a trust fund that is meant to take care of those basic needs. And, so we need to work together to push for this trust fund to happen and for it to be implemented. So some of these basic needs will be taken care of. And so training and retraining of police officers for intelligence, and then enhance their preparedness to effectively discharge their constitutional responsibility of protecting lives and property of the people of Nigeria. This sensitization workshop therefore, is geared towards achieving the following objectives. One, to increase knowledge and awareness. That is why I'm taking time to explain. So I am very sure that you are understand clearly. I said clearly now that there is a police trust fund, and that the police trust fund is meant to provide those basic things that will help our officers in the discharge of their duties. So it's meant to provide training needs, it's meant to provide even logistics, where their vehicles, provide those basic things that they complain about, even their welfare needs, you know. And so, and when all these things are taken care of, I think the officers will be very happy. True of us? True of us? True of us? And so, you know, so one of the objectives, one of the reasons why we are here is to increase knowledge and awareness, for you to know that this fund, this act exists, and that, you know, we are all stakeholders in the one manner we push for it. So we need to work together to push for it, so that those things that I have read out here, that the trust fund is meant to cater for, that we begin to see them happen. So those usual complaints by our officers and men will end. You know, so increased knowledge and awareness of the general public on the provisions of the Police Trust Fund Act 2019. Sensitization of citizens on the activities of trust fund in a bid to promote external accountability of the fund. And so by the time we will now know that it exists and is being implemented, we begin the process of monitoring how it's being spent. True of us? True of us? Are they spending the way it should be? You know? Do they divert the money to other things, or those priorities as it should be, or as indicated in the act? You know, so by the time we now begin to see the implementation, we'll now go to the next phase of ensuring that the money is used the way it should be and not used for another thing. And so the Police Trust Fund Act 2019 also provides for the establishment of a board, you know, a board to administer the fund. So, three basic things that I want you to take away, you know, from what I have read so far. One, we need to know that the fund exists. Number two, that the fund is being used to do what the things that they are expected to be used for. And then number three, that there should be a board. The work of the board is oversight. To play oversight on the way and manner the money is spent. You know, so that for the purpose of what? Accountability and transparency. For the purpose of what? Accountability and transparency. Saying accountability and transparency. Yes. So that is the role of the board. You know, to make investment decisions. You know, if the money, part of the money can be used to invest, and the essence is to utilize the proceeds for the same purpose. So that by the time you invest some of the money, we get profit, and then we also use it to train our officers, take care of their needs, ensure they have a roof under their head, the barracks are rebuilt, you know, training needs are met. And so at the end of the day, you see that our officers will be one of the best in the world. True of us. True of us. So I just need us to understand the importance of this trust fund, and for the need for all of us to work together, you know, to push for it. So at the end of the day, some of those things that officers complain, I think by the time they are happy, they will police us well. They will police us well. You know. So the board to control and provide the legal framework for management and control of special intervention. It is important to know that since the signing into law of the Act by President Muhammadu Buhari in June 2019, the body to implement the provisions of the Act is yet to be inaugurated by the government. And so the board is not even existing. Why? So they have not, the government is yet to appoint the board. You understand? And so that is also one thing we need to, when we start conversation, how do we work together to make that happen? You know, how do we work together to make that happen? So there is an urgent need to harmonize and seek the establishment of implementing body for the Act, as inadequate funding has been a recurrent issue within the Nigeria Police Force. The touch officers of Nigeria Police Force now as them their greatest problem. You know, as an organization, the first thing they will say is funding. And it will impress her. I just got back from Sokoto, and a woman, one of the officers told me that she's been with the police in service for 32 years. And this training was the very one I came back, was the very first training that she has benefited from. 32 wasted years. And she's still, she's even in ranking, she's just there. She's not even moving up like that. Of course, there's no capacity built over the years, nothing in terms of even growing as an individual to contribute in the mission and vision of the Nigerian Police Force. So she's been there, just wasting. There's another woman, this woman is from Sokoto State Police Command. There's another man, rather, from Kebbi State Police Command. He's been with the force for 19 years. And he just benefited for the first training. If you see the excitement in him, if you see the excitement, say, Madam, God bless you, God bless me, God bless you. I said, hi. I was just asking myself, so imagine if this guy for 19 years of his life, he's been undergoing training, even if it's once a year. He will be better now. True of us, he will be better. But 32 wasted years, as far as I'm concerned. 32. And this one is very close to retirement. And the other man is in his late 40s. So those are some of the. So I'm just explaining this so I understand the importance of this police trust fund. What the fund is supposed to be taking care of. Training, ordinary training. So the officers will even be better. Sometimes you see some officers, they can't write, they can't speak good English, they can't stand firm. I trained investigators and prosecutors in Sokoto, drawn from Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara. I had some officers that couldn't even talk. One woman at the end of the day, she's an inspector and she's been with them for 22 or 23 years. By the time we were through, she said, Madam, high five. I said, high five. She said, at least I can stand firm before those lawyers in the court now as an IPO and defend the Nigerian Police Force professionally. I was humble. I was so pleased. I was very happy. So those are the kind of things we talk about. So by the time we get this fund to start running, all those small things that the police, what do you mean? Okay, how do you expect the police to function, to come and respond to this question, whether there's no car, there's no ball in the car? Imagine that. And some of them, I know of officers that before they go the vehicles, they must go on patrol and go and disturb some people. Illegally, extort money here and there, bring to their boss, just for their vehicles to be fuel. It is that bad. But those benefits are supposed to be taken care by what? The police trust. The police trust. Say it again. The police trust fund. And so by the time we need to get it right, okay, with this very trust fund, this police trust fund. And so the National Security Strategy 2019 recognizes the important role of the Nigerian Police Force in the maintenance of law and order and internal security operations in the country. And the Constitution of 1999 also, and the Police Act expressly provide for the powers and duties of the police. However, lack of effective funding has seriously hampered the effective functioning of the Nigerian Police Force. A cursory look at the various reports on the reform of the Nigerian Police Force, including the 2012 Civil Society Panel report supported by Cleen Foundation, revealed that police low performance has been hinged on lack or inadequacy of funds for training of personnel. An officer that has spent 19 years, every year you train the person, even if it's once. Second year, you train the person once. Third year, by the time the person goes through all these trainings over the years, are you telling me the person will not be better? Are you telling me the person won't be better? The person will be better. In fact, some of them are even supposed to be like, very senior officers. Some are supposed to be management staff within the Nigerian Police Force if things are going on the way it should. And so funding and then funds for training of personnel and the provision of the required logistics for virtually all aspects of policing functions, which include investigation, purchase of arms and ammunition, office and residential accommodation, we talked about it earlier, we mentioned barracks, and the importance of having their group under their head. And then communication as well as transportation, among others. The implication of inadequate funding for policing duty has been the lowering of standards or non-performance of their expected roles, which primarily is about efficient and effective provision of security for lives and properties of the general public. Drawing from the book, Cleen Foundation is of the opinion that avoiding wasteful and corrupt practices in the implementation of the police trust fund would require an institutionalized culture of transparency and accountability in the processes from the beginning. Such processes should adhere to government-wide financial management and oversight strategies with a rigorous observed security policy. You see, all this grammar that I'm speaking are still hinged to the fact that we need a board whose role is to play oversight. They take key decisions on what the funds should be used for, the right investments to put the funds so that we'll get more proceeds or profit, and also invest it on our men. And so by the time you spend 35 years of your life within the Nigerian police force and you retire, you're meant to be world-class consultant as far as security sector reform is concerned. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? But what you get in return is you spend 25 good years and you come out and you are completely empty. Empty here because of lack of basic, ordinary training. I joined Cleen at an intern as a learner with 10,000 naira salary, 2007. And I'm a management staff in Cleen now. So I just need you to understand where I'm coming from. And so by the time these officers have gone through these trainings, by now they are supposed to be, those that are sitting with the IGP and, talking about priority areas of the force and ensuring implementation. But that is not the case because of the fact that the police trust fund is not being used the way it should.
The program has undertaken several activities, which this one is one of them. For the past 4 to 5 years, the program has been looking at enhancing the capacity of the Nigerian police force to be accountable in rendering policing services in Nigeria. If you listen to the welcome remarks, you will have some of the other activities we have implemented under the program. But as it is winding down this month of March, we want to round it up with some kind of awareness sensitization on police trust fund. Over the years, it's obvious, both from analyzing from the budget, Nigerian budget, and interacting with the officers, the essence of funding cannot be overemphasized in terms of enhancing the professionalism of Nigerian police force. So, Nigerian policing program is being implemented in FCT, Lagos, Enugu, and Kano State. So the intervention is looking at building the capacity of the force, assisting them technically to render accountable policing in Nigeria. It's being funded by the British Council of UK government, and we hope that the lessons and achievements of this program will inform the next phase of program around policing in Nigeria. So we want to appreciate Cleen Foundation, Partners West Africa, and other partners who have worked over the years to see that the objective of this program is being achieved. Apart from this sensitization workshop, on 26th of this month, we are equally having another one, looking at advocating for the government to inaugurate the board. When you listen to the opening remarks, you see the importance of this board. Without this board, and the president signing the act, you see that we will not be able to achieve the objectives of the person. So we'll enjoy all of you as you participate in this activity to make contributions. And even as you live, within your capacity, if there's anything you can do to ensure that this police trust fund is inaugurated for them to commence work effectively to address the issue of funding within the Nigerian police. Thank you.
Yeah, for my 22 years as a member of the PCRC, tremendous achievement has been enhanced in protection of life and property, apart from the law's protection. I request that this organization should not stop on today's workshop alone, and more workshops will be organized for future reference to benefit the rural community and the community within us. I promise, whatever we discuss here, what I have achieved here will be taken back to my community.
PCRC has been a partner in progress with the Nigerian police in terms of security gathering, in terms of financing, because in some instances we normally support the Nigerian police in terms of maintaining their weapons, building toilets for both male and female within the Nigerian police. I think even the fencing of the other part of the additional police headquarters was done by the PCRC. And in most cases where there is need for maintenance, the PCRC used to come in and give a helping hand. We really appreciate the effort of the Nigerian police in terms of combating crime in Bagalaga area council to some extent FCP and Nigeria at large.
We have a problem in the police in the aspect of when you are retiring or after you have retired, you know they will only give you a meager amount. You have your money there in account, they will only give you 1.5. And just as you have said, somebody will spend like 30-something years and there's no any roof. You don't have house, that is the roof. And the children are, some of them are not even going to school due to the fund. You know, and after you have retired, by giving him that 1.5, what will 1.5 do? You know, that is the pain that we have. If you go to where you see policemen, the entire one, in fact, you will shed tears. I think most of the people that are here, like my chief and doctor, they knew most of them. You see them, they look so wretched. And in fact, it's not encouraging at all. They thank God for this foundation. If you can reach to that level by bringing out this one out for the issue of retirement for the police officer. So that even when we do not enjoy what we are doing the service, you know, we are public servants. Like somebody like me as a woman, I come for night duty, and after I close, I will still come back in the morning again, doing morning duty. You know, the work is too tedious for us. But there's no how that we can do. We are serving our nation. But we are still crying to the government and also to your foundation, please, to raise this issue, to assist us after we have retired, so that at least we can go and rest and have a place for our place to stay with our family.
We have been talking about the police. We keep on condemning the police. We say the police are corrupt. We say the police extort money from citizens. There is nothing we don't say about it. We say the police are even untrained. We forget that these police are part and parcel of the same society that we live in. What is happening in the society is what is happening in the police force. And so today, talking about a training fund for the police, I am really impressed. Because like the other person said, the police officer, she was not exaggerating when she said that if you see retired policemen, you will sympathize with them. This same police, you hardly see, today, you hardly see even a police with a clean uniform to know that something is wrong. And this trust fund we're talking about, if it's to help and assist the police, it will go a long way towards helping the Nigerian police. After all, they say motivation is the key. Yeah. And when you motivate somebody, he will render his best. And so we expect that this training is not just going to stop here. We're not just coming to say workshop and in the end, we don't implement. We need to really put our hands together to see that this bill comes on board. This police act comes on board, so that it will address a lot of the issues that we have with the police today. We talk about insecurity in the society. We talk about a lot of things. And I'm very sure a lot of us here have also blamed the police of incapable of handling the insecurity that is happening in the country today. So we expect them to do magic. We expect them to do wonders, and we don't even give them the support to do that. And so I'm so happy for the foundation, and we are going to do our best to support this bill, to ensure that we're going to have a well-trained police force, a well-trained personnel, people that are motivated to do what they're supposed to do. We expect to put our hands together to ensure that that happens.
PCROC is a community-based ideology aimed at partnering with the Nigerian police and members of the public to discuss issues that may have direct bearing on community policing in the overall interest of safety and security of lives and property. It is also to assist Nigerian police force in combating crime through intelligence information gathering on criminals and criminal activities within the neighborhood. It provides a forum through which members of the community and police can discuss how to arrange and supervise common volunteer group corps or vigilante groups. It also identifies anything that threatens public interest or cause friction and appraise the situation and suggest way forward to remedy the problem. In this regard, PCROC beckons on NGOs that are ready to collaborate with us to develop FCT policy plan, of which Nigerian policy program has been very steadfast in its approach toward development, as well as partner West Africa Nigeria, now Cleen Foundation. However, central to our aims and objective is to collectively fight crime where crime resides for the safety of lives and property. Police Trust Fund Act 2019 seeks to establish the trust fund that will provide funds for the training and retraining of the personnel of the Nigerian Police Force, provide equipment and other machineries which include vehicles for effective discharge of their constitutional roles of protecting lives and properties. As drivers of community policing, we call on stakeholders and members of the general public to key into the act in ensuring full implementation in the interest of the Nigerian police and the public. With this act sensitization forum we have created, most of us that are on ground here and beyond, I don't think they really know the principles of the act.
I accept completely.
Because within the ambit of PCROC, what we have been doing for the police and the community is provision of intelligence reports that will help the police to do their work better. And beyond providing information, the logistics problem that befell on police is part of what is making police not to be relevant in society.
I agree completely.
If a crime is occurring at one point or another, before the policeman go to get to that scene, the perpetrators have disappeared because there is no vehicle that will convey them to that scene. I don't want to kind of speak negatively on the part of the decency of the police act, because even that aspect is also affecting other security actors like the soldiers and the rest. Most of these guys, they are not very presentable, they are not clean. And some of these people, they have more money, more than the money that police is supposed to have. And the police are the grand commander of security of every nation. It is from the police that most of these other agencies break out like the civil defense. Civil defense was even brought up through the anger of the then President Obasanjo. It was the anger when the then Inspector General of Police threatened to go on strike. So that was one of the things that brought the civil defense into limelight. Like other uniform organizations, they are all doing the work of the police. For you to know that police are the grand commander, none of these people can arrest and prosecute. You must arrest and bring them to the police. So the people who are the grand commander of security, why can't you respect them, form them, train them, retrain them, provide all the logistic needs for them? And even their welfare package. If you go to where police are staying, for instance, the police barrack, it's like the barrack where you keep animals. Like animal husbandry, where you rear and keep animals. I can't even stay in such barrack. Even when I was not in this my level, I have never attempted to stay in that environment. Because it's not hospitable. It's not accommodating. So this police act that has been established by the President 2019, we must bring out all our ideas, all our energy to ensure full implementation of this police. So that when this money is released to the police, all the logistics needs are provided for the police. If police are not doing their work, then we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable because the police themselves evolve from the community. So community policing is all about you and I. We work together. We are the drivers of community policing, partnering with them. Without somebody giving you information to do your work, to carry out your security mission, then you wouldn't know where to go to. It is intelligent gathering because you must know how to bring out that news to the police. Some people want to endanger themselves by showing that they are the ones that give out that information to the police. You have endangered yourself. It is intelligent because you are not in uniform. You are not expected to be in uniform. You are not expected to give out that information at that spot. You are expected to silently pick your call, pick your phone, call either the DPO, the DCO, or the headship of the PCROC that you have their number, and give them that report for them to do. But by the time the report is forwarded to the police, they are also handicapped to take care of that. If intelligence have been doing their work with the police and other security agents, the Boko Haram of the thing that we are talking will be a thing of the past. Because they are human beings. They don't vanish, they are not spirits. So one of the ways for you to give this intelligence report, align yourself with police community relations committee that evolve from your community to work with them. Come and join PCROC and do the work for the community. And when you are doing work for community, you are serving God. As you are serving God, God is also seeing you and is expanding your post. The slogan is service for the country and humanity. Avail yourself that opportunity of being one of those who drive the force of this program. Two, the police that we are even canvassing for, I expect them to feed this also so that we can hear from them directly what their problem is. We discuss it and then bring this community together and then know what to forward.
Having come here today is asset for you. Don't come and sit down warming your chair or your bench, but open your mouth to let us get a clean view of what we are going to present as what a community. As a community, which we can send to the National Assembly and some various important personalities who are going to sit to form this board. If I'm not mistaken. Yes. So we should be right on the spot. We won't watch our police to look worrisome. No. My sister will be there, your sister will be there, your brother will be there. So why? Why do we look at them? They are human beings like us. If they finish your work, they will go to the village where you will see them together with yourself. So why are we leaving them out of the society? Was because they were calling to come and perform the service for the nation? No. Please let us do our best. If you see a policeman, he should be well prepared, well dressed. And when you see him, you yourself, to get closer to him, you will just go back a little. Until you say, come closer. Why are we not doing it here? There are other places. When you see a policeman, you identify him as a law maker. And when he comes closer to you, he speaks something to your ear, you hear it, and then act upon. He will not mislead you at all. We should see our policemen like that, this thing here. You hear what our police lady was saying? The police should be doing more here. But where are they? Letters was given to them. And you can't say that one person should come and represent you. At least two or three. We not say the working arm is short. But to some, we not say you don't pack the whole police somewhere. Just give us 1, 2, 3, which they can send the news abroad. And it will help us. These are the things. The PCRC having come to listen from all various parts of the locations, want to know what is going on, and then try to send the information before the arrival of Cleen Foundation in their own locality. Isn't it better? You see, we have left things undone as if we are not part and parcel of it. When my manager started speaking, he said, we are all stakeholders. We are all stakeholders. So you have got it right. So with this, I say the Cleen Foundation having come in for the second time for a day sensitization workshop on the Police Trust Fund Act. Please, I want all of us to get involved. Even some of you may like to work with the board. So let us get involved and do the right thing. Thank you very much.